As I reminisce about that fateful weekend in the woods, every detail floods back with vivid clarity. We were a group of 5 friends, seeking respite from the cacophony of city life in the tranquil embrace of nature. The cabin we rented stood nestled amidst the dense foliage of the whispering woods, promising solitude and serenity. Yet, as the sun dipped below the horizon and darkness descended upon the forest, an inexplicable unease settled upon us like a heavy fog. Despite our attempts to dismiss it, a palpable tension hung in the air, tainting our laughter with an underlying sense of foreboding. It was Sarah who suggested a moonlit stroll through the woods, her voice laced with an urgency that betrayed her own unease. Reluctantly, we acquiesced, hoping the crisp night air would dispel the shadows lurking in our minds. Venturing into the woods, the rustling leaves and creaking branches seemed to whisper secrets known only to the ancient trees. The moon cast eerie shadows that danced at the periphery of our vision, playing tricks on our already frayed nerves. It wasn't long before we stumbled upon an old, dilapidated cabin, its weathered facade standing as a silent sentinel amidst the encroaching darkness. Despite the warning signs, curiosity overpowered caution, and we crossed the threshold into the unknown. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of decay, and the walls bore strange cryptic symbols etched into their surface. An oppressive atmosphere settled upon us like a suffocating blanket as we delved deeper into the abandoned cabin's secrets. It was then that we uncovered a hidden chamber, concealed behind a crumbling bookshelf, its entrance obscured by years of neglect. Within the chamber lay a journal, its pages yellowed with age and filled with the ramblings of a tormented soul. As we pored over its contents, a sense of dread gripped us with icy fingers. The journal spoke of a curse that had befallen the cabin and its inhabitants, trapping them in a never-ending cycle of torment and despair. The words leapt off the page, igniting a primal fear deep within our hearts. As the night wore on, strange occurrences plagued us with increasing frequency. Shadows flitted at the edge of our vision, and whispered voices taunted us from the darkness. Reality itself seemed to warp and twist, blurring the lines between dream and nightmare. Desperate to escape the suffocating grip of fear, we resolved to leave the accursed cabin behind and return to the safety of our own. But as we navigated the labyrinthine maze of trees that surrounded us, a sinking feeling settled in the pit of my stomach. It soon became apparent that we were lost, adrift in a sea of endless shadows with no beacon to guide us home. Panic seized us as we stumbled blindly through the darkness, each step leading us further into the heart of the whispering woods. Time lost all meaning as we fought against the suffocating embrace of the night, our frantic cries swallowed by the oppressive silence that enveloped us. And then, just when all hope seemed lost, we stumbled upon a clearing bathed in the silvery light of the moon. Relief flooded through us like a tidal wave as we realized we had found our way back. But our joy was short-lived, for standing before us was the cabin we had so desperately sought to escape, its weathered facade mocking us from the shadows. It was then that Sarah remembered the passage from the journal, the faint glimmer of hope amidst the encroaching darkness. With trembling hands, she recited the incantation written within, her voice barely more than a whisper against the backdrop of the night. In an instant, the forest fell silent, the oppressive weight of the curse lifting like a shroud. We dared to hope that our ordeal was finally at an end, that we had broken free from the clutches of the whispering woods curse. But as the light returned, so too did the realization that our nightmare was far from over, for standing before us once more was the cabin, its facade unyielding, its presence an immutable reminder of the horrors we had endured. In that moment, we understood the truth. We were trapped in an eternal loop, doomed to repeat our nightmarish ordeal for all eternity. And as the echoes of our screams faded into the night, swallowed by the endless expanse of the whispering woods, we knew that we were truly lost, our fate sealed by the curse that lingered within those haunted depths.